Welcome back to another season of Breakfast Boy Boating. Today we're headed to my mother-in-law's to pick up the boat and get the season started, which sounds pretty easy, but there's a decent chance that it won't be. So last year, my wife and I got priced out of our normal storage spot for the boat. Babies are expensive, and our priorities shifted. Luckily, her mom offered up her barn, which was incredibly generous, but there were two problems. One, it was absolutely jammed full, and two, we couldn't throw anything out. So we spent a full day cleaning and reorganizing the space. And by the end of the day, we had cleared enough space for the boat with about 3 inches of wiggle room on either side. Backing the boat in without damaging anything was not easy. And I suspect getting it back out might be worse. All right, here we are, my mother-in-law's barn in upstate New York. As you can see, it's pretty tight in here and there's not a lot of margin for error. I also forgot to mention one small problem. I'm not an electrician, so the wiring in this boat is a bit of a mess. And when I pulled the battery last season, I didn't label anything. Okay, so here's the plan. First, I've got to figure out these wires so that I can trim the engine and get out of here without hitting anything. Then I have to manually pull the trailer out just far enough so that I can hook it up to the car, and then find a way to drive it out of here without hitting anything. Okay, I think I've got these wires figured out enough that we should be able to trim the engine. Let's test it out. Success! I'm gonna go ahead and attach the motor toter and we'll get on to the next step. Go ahead and clip this on and just trim the engine up a little bit more. And now we trim it back down. All set. All right, I think that's a good start. I think if I just back the car up a little bit more, we'll be in the clear. Whew, it's hot. That should be good. Just gotta lift this up a little. Pull it ever so slightly forward. Should be able to just go ahead and lower this right onto the receiver. All right, we're good. All right, we're ready to try and pull this thing out of here. It's tight, I can't see a whole lot.
The boat kept getting dangerously close to the door, so I had to keep backing up and readjusting it. But with so little room to work with, I wasn't getting anywhere. Then the trailer tongue started scraping against the concrete floor of the barn, which somehow made an already stressful situation even worse. At one point, I genuinely wasn't sure if this was even gonna work. But after about 10 minutes of fighting with it, we finally got it out.
We're out. We made it. We're back on the road. Somehow that was even harder than I thought it was going to be. When we backed it in, we just didn't get the angle quite right, so no matter which way I was pulling it out, one of the tires was rubbing against the door. It took a lot of finagling, but eventually we got it, and we're back on the road, and we're gonna take it home. But there's still one more test. My narrow-ass driveway. I don't don't think it's going to be much easier than it was to get it out of the barn.
Turns out I was worried about the driveway for nothing. I pulled it in the first try. Which honestly felt pretty good after fighting with that barn for so long. Yeah. Not a bad way to start the season. Not bad at all.